What up, chuds, and welcome to the third episode of Cobcast, the only show that will always be a gem. Today I'm joined by two co-hosts, Red Tie Politics
What's good? What's good?
and Tornado Sam,
Hey,
and we're also joined by a friend of mine, Steven.
Hello.
So before we get into the thick of it, let's kind of talk about the dynamics of the race at the moment. So at the presidential level, Trump is appearing to have a bit of a polling surge, but you know how it is with polls, especially this close to the election. You can't always trust them.
Um,
I,
that,
I
that,
would say I would say though, I think RCP average you can trust them, but be careful because they can sometimes have a lot of the undecided can make them seem inaccurate.
fair. Okay, I'll say this. No, I'm gonna put it in a little bit of a democratic perspective. If you look at the polls, they've always been wrong. The one thing that everybody's going off of as a Democrat is looking at 2022. That is a fair point. I'll even give them credit. We were wrong. We were all wrong in 2022. But this is not 2022. We can't look at the past. We have to look at now. To a Republican point, look at the time in history, today in history. Clinton was up by 5.4. Biden was up by nearly 8. What is it right now? Trump plus 0.1. This day in history in the states, Trump's up in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida as the big states. Biden in 2020 was up in Florida, North Carolina, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Trump was narrowly up in Ohio, Georgia, Florida, or not Florida, sorry. And that's it. Basically just two states, which was Georgia and Ohio, but nearly the same margin. Trump was up by 0.4 in Georgia and 0.6 in Ohio. Then look at 2016. Clinton was up by Florida, North Carolina, Nevada, Arizona, which is crazy, 2016, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Trump was up by 3.3 in Georgia and 1 in Ohio. Now, compare it to now, Trump's up in all of them. That's not good coming from a Democratic perspective, that Democrats always lead in polls. They always lead in these big states, but then the Republicans always get underestimated. Same thing can be said about the Senate, really, in Ohio. We saw this in 2022 when Tim Ryan was leading. Now you're seeing that Moreno is doing a little better. Like if you look back, Moreno was up or down by like 10 or 6 or 5. Now most of the polls, if not almost all of them, he's leading now. What does that say? Well, number one, morale. Number two, polling inaccurate. The polling gets inaccurate. So it's just showing it's off of what people perceive the race more than actually looking at the dynamic of the race and seeing where we actually are. That is the issue that we have each time. So I mean, yeah, I'll say that.
so I think here's the problem. I I think unless Dems get their turnout on election day, I don't think they can win just based off of the early voting numbers. Like they need to have above average election day turnout, which is already supposed to be heavily Republican. Like so if there's going to be like Dems will often talk about 2022 and how like voters who prioritize abortion as being like understated in polling or whatever. That might be true. First of all, nationally, the polling in 2022 was pretty much spot on because it was like R plus 2.8 national environment or so.
Okay,
And that's about
here's the thing. The in
no, wait,
2020
no, wait. But that's what the polling showed though. Was plus 2.8. So the thing to note is that yes, the national polling was actually fine in 2022. It's just the way that was distributed through the states was what they failed to catch. So what needs to happen is polls need to be really underestimating the the number of Dems who are actually turning out based on the abortion issue alone. If they're getting that turnout on election day, then they still have a shot. But if they're just getting the same level of election day turnout that they always do and are relying on their early voting to carry them, then they can't get it because their early voting numbers suck based on like what we've seen. Like they're just not getting the early vote they need. So we're not going to really know until we see what election day turnout is like, I think.
Fair. By the way, if I do sound a little nasally, I do have a deviated septum, so that's why that is going on. But yeah, um, that is definitely fair. And I also think there's one thing I do want to take into account, and it's a little more funny. There's this, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. There's this one channel called Epic Rap Battles of History, and they've done these presidential like debates or something like that, or like rap battles.
Yeah.
Every single time the person on the right in the thumbnail has lost. Guess who's on the right? Kamala. Kamala is on the right of the thumbnail.
Oh, that's
which means-
interesting.
So
Ooh.
if you look at it, if they're predicting this correctly, Trump is likely to win. Now, I will say this to somebody else's point. Whoever goes first loses, and Trump went first. So if there's an inconsistency there, that means it's going to be inconclusive. I'm just going to say that. It's interesting. From a little bit of a different other standpoint.
Wait, so do we actually think that the later polls matter? Oh, Hawkeye wants in.
Hey, Hawkeye.
Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and
Uh-oh.
Wait, crap! Did he just like cut his Wi-Fi screw?
No, I
over?
removed him for trolling.
I think you should base this off of the right
Well,
track
Why
of
was
the
I kicked?
country.
Because you were trolling, apparently. That's what Man Milk decided. Anyway,
I was singing, bro. I wasn't trolling.
I mean,
Get it right.
Why would you?
Hey, hold on. I do want to say something before Steven does. I want to point out something very interesting. Wisconsin Senate in the polls. Baldwin's only up by 0.8. Do we think there's a possibility that this flips in the national environment?
here's what I was going to get to. I was going to because yeah, we are seeing the polls tighten in like the states that matter, like Michigan, they're tightening, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, they're for the Senate races, also for the presidential races. Like Trump is gaining this late in the game, but I'm wondering though, like if that is gonna if that has any resemblance to 2020. What is this echo? What the heck is his mic doing? I'm trying to say something here. Okay. Okay, now
Who's Mike Garcia?
that's Steven.
Why is he Mike Garcia?
I forgot to change my name.
Yeah, he just keeps forgetting to change it.
Okay.
But here's the thing. See, because 2022, part of the reason why state polls were off in 2022 was because the polls were most accurate in like late September, early October, because that was before early voting started. Which means that if we're thinking about that, then it's like maybe we shouldn't be looking at the polling we have now that's showing Republicans doing better, because that's what it showed last time. The problem is that was both decent. That was both a good thing to pay attention to and a bad thing, because on one hand, Republicans regained the lead in the generic ballot long past the time when the polls were seen as quote most accurate, right? But it ended up that they did actually win the generic ballot by like 2 to 3 points. So that late polling for the generic ballot was accurate, but the state polling wasn't, because it was showing, Oz beating Fetterman, and he loses by 5, and Lake defeating Hobbs, and she barely loses, and so on. Because the polling for those races was most accurate in early October, and we're past that point. So it's like, what exactly are we supposed to believe here? Like, are we supposed to believe individual statewide polls that show Republicans surging last minute, even though this isn't like the prime time for polls? I guess. Like,
Here's the thing: the Senate. I think the Senate races are different from the presidential races. You can see like Georgia's going blue, but Wisconsin's going red in a Senate map. But I think if that was the case, it would be it would be the reverse for the presidential race. So you gotta be
Okay,
careful.
so this is what I'll say, just to your point. Look at the difference between 2020 and now. Number one, in the early in-person, Democrats are about to lose their lead. Democrats are at 42, Republicans are at 40. In the actual casted ballots in national mail-in and early in-person votes. Right now, there's a total of 38,517,388 as the last number that just came out. Now, look at the battlegrounds, and I'll even give some into account the other states. Georgia, Republicans are up by 4. Now, I do know that they don't register by party in Georgia, but right now they're estimating that Republicans are up by 4. In Florida, which is a surprise, Republicans are nearly up by 10. The last update, I have to go to Vote Hub for this one, is here. I can pull this up in a minute. My computer's not slow. Republicans are at 45.1%. Democrats are at 34.2%. We have taken the lead in Miami-Dade, Hillsborough, Pinellas, Seminole, and Duval. Now, and then we go to Texas. Republicans are up by like double digits. There's 4,292,000 ballots casted. And Republicans are at 53 to Democrats 37%. Now, if you go to Arizona, Republicans are up by 8 with 1.1, nearly 1.2 million ballots casted. Nevada, same story almost, but Republicans are up by 4, which is a surprise because if you look back at 2020, Democrats led. You're seeing a story all across the board here.
so you're telling me that nationally, for like all states that have done early voting thus far, it's showing a R+2 lead for Republicans then? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
No,
So,
Democrats lead, but it has narrowed
oh,
significantly. Like Democrats led by 13 like just a week ago. Now they only lead by 2.
wait.
I'm saying
What about at the same time in 2020? Like, what was the early voting look like?
Democrats led by like 20, I think, something around there, like 20 or something like that.
Okay, so I guess what we can take away from this is that yes, Republicans are engaging with early voting more, but I don't think that means that their turnout on election day is going to be like abysmal either, because
no.
like they still heavily turn out on election day. That's just how
So
most Republican voters
Yeah.
are.
So
So it's
what I'll say. Oh, sorry.
Dems just need a massive election day turnout to counter that.
Yeah.
And if they don't get it, then I don't see how they win this.
Yeah. So I'll say this.
All right,
Right now,
everyone. Let's start with
Wait,
the governorship.
hold on. So one thing I will say, comparing this to a lot of these races, especially in the Rust Belt, Republicans have been outvoting Democrats within the last 10 to 15 days, especially in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, for 10 days straight about registering people to vote and actually getting people to vote. We've been outvoting Democrats. That has not happened for quite a while. Now, let's go to maps, for example. I'll pull up Pennsylvania. But compare the map to 2020 to now, which Democrats are not seeing. The whole map was blue. Now you're seeing in central Pennsylvania, most of these are red. Like, I think we flipped another county. We flipped one of another county today. I think we flipped the one below Erie
Center County.
Yeah, Center County. And then we're flipping a lot of these counties in early voting, which is crazy to me. Right now we're 50-50 in another county with 2 ballots casted, which is interesting. But we are outvoting Democrats right now significantly in early voting. That is not a good sign for people who need to have better early voting, especially because you're going to see a sustainment of Republicans' leads there, but then you're going to see them do way better on election day, which I think that's going to happen. We've always seen it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the same thing. Right now, the story is not showing for Harris to win at this moment. I'll say that. It's not showing.
So let's begin with the gubernatorial elections. Who wants to do the first state, or who wants to say which
I'll
state will do first?
let's do like Utah, I guess. I don't care.
Safe R.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's safe R. But
So
I am looking forward to seeing
solid or
Phil.
safe?
What's solid? Like what qualifies as solid?
Solid, depending on how I'm feeling, it's either 15 or 20.
Solid.
So I think it's solid because I think that the third parties are going to hurt Cox, but it's like it's still not going to be enough. But just because on the governor level, like Utah's always way more like because the only Republican who underperforms in Utah these days is Trump, and that's it. Like everybody else still wins by like 30 points. So Cox should stay above 20.
All right.
I'm looking forward to Phil Lyman getting like nearly 10% of the write-in vote. Hopefully, that will be great.
So,
Yo, wait, we
how
should
about we
do.
talk about North Dakota?
Wait. We should do like what we did on my streams back then, and like have like as soon as we fill out a state, Man Milk asks us everybody's input on that, and they just say either yes or no, and then we move on. We don't even like. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, so for North Dakota, I have solid for the Republican Governors Association.
Yes.
That okay. And Montana, I have safe just because John Forte is a little bit controversial.
Sure.
Hold on.
I mean,
What
the
did you
polls
get?
are
What did you get
the polls are showing Giant Forte up by like 20 actually. So if
yeah,
if the
no, what did
polling's
he-
actually right, I mean, he
What did
would
he get in
actually win by
2020? What did John Forte get in 2020?
It was like 13.
13.
13.
He's gonna get above. I think he's gonna get 16 this time. So I'd say solid.
I mean, he did run
Okay.
against lieutenant governor in 2020, in which they considered like lean R, but it was safe R.
Yeah.
I'll say solid.
Okay, solid it is. Up next is Vermont.
Say
Safe,
solid by far.
because we got Emperor Phil Scoot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, by the way,
Okay,
I'm gonna be
these
doing
are-
an election night stream. I'm gonna be covering the whole thing probably up until 6 a.m. So
Honestly, I think I'm gonna
Yep.
watch CNN for that because I feel
Yeah,
like watching like live streams from other probably bring bad luck.
What?
I just feel
All
like
right,
you
so up
probably
next,
okay.
Delaware. I have this
safe.
one as
C.
I have it as solid, not safe. Solid.
Safety.
It's gonna be
See,
like
I
15.
hate this because
Really,
I
why do you think safe?
endorsed the electable Republican for this governorship, and I was hoping that he would be able to make it closer than normal, but like it still doesn't matter, I guess. This kind of sucks.
Yes, sir.
Because he's like
Alright, so
running
the
as
solid
because he's
D.
like a moderate and stuff. I was hoping you would be like a Larry Hogan type Republican who could do good in Delaware, but I don't know.
No, I think safe
All right, moving on
because
to
it's under 20.
Okay, wait, what are we doing next?
Well, let's go to West Virginia. Solid.
Yeah, we're gonna get a good new governor, and if because everybody's saying Jim Justice is probably not going to serve out his full term, and he's probably going to be like absent 50% of the time or more because he's so bad at like moving around by himself. um, people are saying he might just resign, and then I think Patrick Morrissey would be the kind of governor who would probably appoint Mooney to the seat, because like Morrissey is like more of like Morrissey's more of like a
MAGA type guy.
not MAGA, just like a more like traditionally like fiscal and social conservative
Yes, sir.
type. Like he's more like I wouldn't say he's like a Freedom Caucus type, but it's like he's the type of guy who would like appoint somebody like Mooney, if that makes any sense at all. He's not like
Mike
because
Johnson
Justice.
type?
Yeah, well, yeah, because Jim Justice is like he's a little bit more fiscally liberal, and like economically populist or whatever. Or actually, I don't know if that's true, but he's a lot more fiscally and economically liberal than Mooney. So, but Morrissey isn't anything like Justice in that way. So I think Morrissey would probably appoint Mooney if that happened.
Yes, sir.
All right. So up next, is there any more commentary on West Virginia?
No, I agree with it.
All right. Up next is Indiana.
Likely,
Solid.
no,
safe.
safe.
Whoa.
Because
Safe.
apparently there
Safe.
Safe, not solid.
Well,
The-
if you're saying solid is above 20, then Mike Braun is not winning by above 20.
because yeah,
Above like
like he's
15 to
running
20.
against a former statewide official who turned Democrat, and then there's like this libertarian who's polling well, so it's gonna
Oh
hurt him.
yeah. The libertarian is definitely hurting Braun. This is the same libertarian that got like 11% in 2020 because of the COVID stuff and because everybody hated how our governor cracked down with like the mask mandates and stuff. So the libertarian is well known, and he's polling well again. He's not going to do as good, but like he's still pulling away many votes. I'll be honest, if the nominee was somebody other than Mike Braun, I would probably be supporting the libertarian for that. But I voted for Braun, so
Based.
Actually, no, like in 2020, the libertarian that got like 11%, they made Braun be able to win by like like Holcomb able to win by like 20 points, outperforming Trump.
well, yeah, but I think a lot of those voters were conservatives who just hated how Holcomb was being a dictator with the mask stuff.
Then I
So
guess without rainwater, I think Holcomb would have won by like 30 points.
yeah, Holcomb, yeah. I think that's so weird that the Democrat just didn't have any support that year, but I don't know.
All right. Up next is Missouri.
Solid now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's it then. Please don't yawn on my stream. It makes people want to leave.
Okay.
No, we got 3 left. Let's do my state next.
Washington.
Yes, sir.
I have this
I
one
think honestly,
fairly likely.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
no, safe. I would say safe.
yeah, safe because I think Riker, I think he just fell off for some reason.
I don't
It was
get what
because he
happened
got
there.
no funding from the RGA.
Well, it's not even just that. It's because they're trying to make him look like he's like pro-life on abortion or whatever, which isn't even that true because he has said he's not going to like get rid of any of the current laws that are in place or whatever. But it's just because it's Washington. These West Coast states will like never stop their streak of electing Democrats. They're just never going to do it. They hate Republicans so even when their cities turn into total hellholes, they're so stubborn they refuse to ever elect a Republican. It's just how it works. They keep it's a vicious cycle of doom for the West Coast all the time. It never stops. It sucks, but like they never learn. So another 4 years of
Yeah.
Washington State being a hellhole, I guess.
All right. So up next is New Hampshire. I got this one as likely
Lean.
lean or likely.
Yeah,
It's lean.
Okay.
freaking
Like
A
that.
wins by like 1, I'd say. 1 or 2.
Really, I think she wins
And
by
then
at
you
least
got
4. She's a pretty strong candidate.
just go with lean because Trump's gonna lose it by like 6. And then next we got the most disappointing
I
one,
mean,
safe.
if we're willing to believe Emerson College polls at all, which Emerson College is a better pollster than a lot of others, they have Trump losing New Hampshire by 4. And Ayotte wins
feel
by
like they-
4. I don't think there's going to be quite that much split
Okay,
ticketing.
so lean it is.
But
I feel
yeah,
like
I think it's
Emerson
lean.
College sometimes they can poll like single state really bad because the latest poll in Texas has
And
cruised
finally,
like nearly under.
we have the
The
big one.
Safe D.
I got it as
Yes, sir.
likely.
Safe. If you consider like under 15 like leading, yeah. I feel like Stein's gonna win by 15, maybe
I think it's going to be
13.
under 10. I think it's going to be like 9 or so.
Nah, I think it's over 10 still.
Yeah, I think it's like 15 or
Really?
16 at this point.
Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't go.
If it's
Emerson,
16, that makes
okay.
it solid.
Emerson, here's the thing. This is what I'm wondering. So the polling aggregates, and I know polls aren't everything, okay? I'm not like worshiping polls or anything here,
You
but
kind of are.
no, I'm not. It's just you guys like always pretend like, oh, we can never pay attention to polls ever and just go off of our
Because
own.
they're never
Like,
accurate.
Honestly, I still think
nobody's saying they're accurate all the time. It's just you have to have something to go off of.
I honestly I think the lieutenant
Okay, so
governor
there
race
are
can still
no
be
flips
salvageable.
this time around.
Okay, no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about North Carolina polls. So the polling aggregates have Josh Stein at like 51, 52%, which is a majority, meaning Robinson definitely isn't winning, as we all know. But Robinson is polling at only like around 37, 38%, meaning there are a ton of undecideds. And I don't know which way those undecideds go. Are they just like Republicans who really don't like Robinson but don't want to vote for Stein and they're not certain who they're going to break for? Or like, because if most of them break for Robinson at the end of the day, then it could be single digits. But if there's not really much of a direction they break either way, or if just a lot of them just sit it out, then I guess it could be double digits. It really just depends on how some of these Republican voters who don't want Robinson but also don't want Stein, like if they just suck it up and vote for Robinson or just skip it altogether, like I guess is kind of how that would play out.
Man,
So I don't know. I don't know what we think about that.
Robinson is gonna sink like 50% of the North Carolina other statewide races.
Remember when Steven believed in
I don't
reverse
think so.
coattails in North Carolina? That was pretty funny.
All right, so up next, the Senate.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Okay, so what I was trying to explain was, hold up, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because my speaker wasn't moving, so I didn't know if you couldn't hear me or not. So anytime we fill out a state memo, we're gonna go down the list, and you'll be like, Steven, what are your thoughts? And after he gives his feedback, be like, Sam, what are your thoughts? And then Red Tie, what are your thoughts? And then Hawkeye, what are your thoughts? Because that's how we did it in my old live stream, so I want to do it here as well.
Let people.
Maybe not like the deep
I'll just let people chime in
states,
as they
but
please. So let's start with Vermont. Solid.
Give me a minute, guys. Hold on.
I feel like if we just have an opinion, we should just say it. And then if people don't have an opinion, then they just don't say anything.
okay, if I don't say anything, then that means I agree with it. So,
Yep, solid for the comrade.
And Maine is safe.
Solid. Yeah, maybe because I think
No,
King's gonna win
gotta
by
say-
like over 20. No,
Nah,
well, under 20.
King's gonna win. King's
don't
gonna
think
win by 15 to 20. probably. I think it's going to be a normal victory for him. Like, he's just going to win like he always does.
I mean, like back
I'm
in
just gonna do
2012,
safe.
he won by like 22, and then in 2018 he won by 19. So I think it's gonna dip again.
I don't even know why he's running again. He's 80 years old. Like, can't that guy retire?
I
Like,
get,
jeez.
I don't know. They
Well,
just
Chuck
like him, I
Grassley doesn't
guess.
retire.
Well, yeah, but like Chuck Grassley's an outlier. Most senators, like when they like hit like their 80s or whatever, they decide they're gonna stop before they turn 90. And this guy's gonna be 86 at the end of his next term. I hope he calls it quits then, but who knows?
Maybe
Anyway,
he wants to keep the seat warm, so a Republican that's strong doesn't run.
We don't really have
I don't
anybody
know.
else though.
Up next
Maybe
is
if
Massachusetts.
John
it's Mike.
Deaton for Senate.
Yes, solid 20 points.
Elon Musk and Mark Cuban actually
Yeah.
agree that the Republican nominee is the best one for that seat. Actually, that's the one person they agree on in elections is John Deaton.
Okay, that's
Good for them.
and then Connecticut and Rhode
Rhode
Island is
Island.
safe. It's
Rhode
safe
Island's solid.
because maybe I think White House wins by 19, but if it was Reed, I would say it's solid, but I think yeah.
Hopefully, we get Senator Patricia Morgan. Just kidding. It's never going to happen.
And then Connecticut's safe.
This state right here. The Senate
Yeah,
GOP loves to spend money in, of all places, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, like with Linda McMahon. Yeah.
Mitch
They do
McConnell, I hate you.
Yeah. And then in 2022.
Oh, yeah, wait.
This is
They
going to be
did?
solid.
Wait, they spent money on Leora Levi, of all people? What
I
the
think
heck?
so.
That's
I
so
hate
stupid. Leora Levi is like so Trumpy. Why did they think she was a good candidate to endorse in a blue state?
No idea.
Anyway, no, but can I just say one thing about Chris Murphy? People need to stop acting like he's the super bipartisan moderate guy and everything. He's literally just a generic lib who like tries occasionally to act like he's bipartisan and crap, but he's really just a partisan like everybody else.
I think it's too
Everybody's like,
controversial.
but everybody's like, oh, I like Chris Murphy. He seems like a reasonable Democrat. It's like, just shut up. I'm tired of hearing this reasonable Democrat bullcrap.
I mean,
Yeah, really.
his buddy Brian Schatz has been acting like a little toddler on Twitter lately.
New York.
Up next is New York.
Solid or safe?
I got this one as solid.
Yeah, I guess because
But
Gillibrand always outperform.
yeah, but it's her weakest result in years.
I'm saying safe.
Yeah, because 20, like she wins like around like 23 instead of 30.
I think she wins by
Safe or
only like
solid?
I think she wins by 18.
Safe.
I think she wins by 18 because
Let's just get it over with.
I
Come
think
on.
Harris is winning New York by like 14 or 13. So
Really?
I think yeah. So I think Gillibrand isn't going to outperform by all that much. She might win by like 20, but like I think 20 is her max.
Okay. Okay. Up next, New Jersey.
It's
I got
like
Likely.
safe
No, not like the
leaning
first
towards likely.
Safe.
Cycling. Almost
All right, well,
safe,
let's listen to the
14.
reasoning. Likely, okay. Why is it likely?
I think it's why do we think it'll be single digits though?
Oh dear God. I found
It's
somebody
not.
worse than
It,
on
it
point.
could have been
I'm sorry, guys. I found somebody worse than on point.
Gold
Somebody
Crown.
has, somebody has Trump at 389.
Who is?
Senate is 62 to 36.
What the heck? Wait, I want to see that map.
Their House is 285 for Republicans.
I need to see these maps.
Bro, just send it in the DMs. Send it in DMs. Okay?
Yeah.
Just send it
Oh.
DMs.
So I'm gonna be real. I Curtis Bashaw is like an all right candidate because he's like a Chris Christie type, but I don't think it really matters. I think he's gonna I think Kim is gonna win by like 12 to 13. I don't know why we think
Yeah, I
New
think so
Jersey.
too.
I don't think New Jersey is really gonna be all that competitive compared to how it normally is.
There you go. I sent that in the group chat.
Yo, Man Milk, after we're done like doing all our maps and all that, can you let me share my screen because there's a new video that just came out like just now that I want to watch.
Okay. After
Wow.
Don't
we
worry,
finish
it's
this,
political related. Don't
presidential
worry.
race.
His voice got
Okay.
damaged.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, which do we want to do next? Delaware or Pennsylvania?
Oh my gosh.
Leave the toss-ups for last.
How about we do only in Ohio?
Okay, Ohio.
No, wow! I
I think
can't
it's
believe you took
likely
that
R.
serious. I think it's
Okay.
Leanar. I think it's lean.
Tilt D. I mean tilt R. Tilt R.
No.
We're gonna get Senator Bernie Moreno. Because you have to say it right. You can't say Marino because that's not the proper Hispanic pronunciation. You have to say it Moreno to please them. Just note to anybody
Yeah,
wondering.
the announcer woman at the RNC should be fired.
Yeah,
Wait,
Marino probably does win at this point, but I think it'll be pretty close. All right, so I wanted to say thank you.
I say lean.
I say tilt R.
I think it's lean because the undecideds are clearly breaking for him. Brown is like at 47%, and he's not going to get much higher than that. He's going to reach like 48 to 49%. I don't see him getting.
Before.
I don't see him cracking 49%. Like I think 49 is his max.
Like I said before.
Yeah, I think the worst case scenario is Moreno +2.
This, like we said, I've said this many times before, many times. We see this every single time in Ohio. Democrats lead, but then they fall. Extremely.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks before Election Day, we're seeing this again. It will not be tilt just because it won't be that close. It is going to fall somewhat in line with the presidential. That's why I haven't leaned.
I mean, Moreno's doing good enough where at least his internal has him up. So
Bernie Moreno. He's literally just going to be
Yeah, so we
JD
got Bernie
Vance.
Moreno.
So Bernie Moreno is literally going to be JD Vance, but not as intelligent because he didn't go to like Yale or whatever. But he's basically the exact same as Vance on every issue.
and I hope we get Vivek and Vance.
Oh yeah, man! I so wish. See, the problem is we can't rely on Mike DeWine to appoint Vivek of all people, assuming Vance becomes VP.
I mean,
Because
Vivek can Spider-Man and run for governor and then destroy John Husted in the primary.
I don't know. It sucks because it's like we can't stink and rely on Mike DeWine to do the right thing anymore. He's going to appoint either Dolan or like LaRose or something.
Republicans officially lead by 11 in Florida in early voting.
Wow.
Yeah, Florida's safe R at this point.
Wow.
Democrats can try hard, but it's over for them.
See,
Hey, one second. I gotta do something real quick.
I'm telling.
Why don't you guys talk about Pennsylvania?
Okay, so
Indeed.
this is probably my most controversial one. I narrowly have it tilting D. Like it's getting closer and closer. It's the same story with Wisconsin. They're all nearly gonna vote the same. But at this point, you're seeing it in the polls. You're seeing it literally everywhere. It's gonna fall somewhat in line with the presidential. I think that McCormick is going to be narrowly falling short of Trump's margin. That's why I have Trump winning the state, but then McCormick losing the state. Then again, we could see an upset where McCormick does win, But just with the KC name, he's going to win. The issue that we're having is that McCormick is not taking this race for granted, but Casey
Casey wins by like 2.
No. I would
He
have said
wins.
that a month ago.
I mean, at least he's gonna win by less than Fetterman. That's a big enough of a win, in my opinion.
I think Casey, yeah. I think it's a lean margin for Casey right now. But here's the thing: if Trump, the early voting numbers are terrible for Dems, particularly in Pennsylvania. So if they can't get their election day turnout in Pennsylvania, and they just crater, Trump can't, and Trump somehow wins Pennsylvania by like 2 points or something, then McCormick actually might win by like a tilt margin.
No, I'll say this.
But I'm not guaranteeing that.
If you look at the viral difference between 20 and 20 now, remember, Democrats had it at 1.1 million. Now it's 500,000. That is a 600,000 vote difference. Mind you, Democrats won the state by 80,000 votes. Compared to what we have now, Trump is favored to win the state. I have it around 1 point. Narrowly, it's like 0.8 for Trump at this moment, in my opinion. So, this is what I'll say. Trump wins the state by 1.2. I think McCormick narrowly wins.
I got it as tilt D right now.
Yeah,
Casey's
I
too
think-
big of a name.
I think it's tilt or lean D. The problem is Casey is probably winning re-election just because of people like Cap, who support him and support Trump.
Casey is too big to fail.
I think McCormick's gonna do really well though because of his debate.
I'm sorry, I love Cap, but every time he makes like dumb takes like, okay, I actually support Bob Casey over Dave McCormick, it's like, what are you doing, man? I'm sorry. What the anyway. It's really
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah. So up next is Delaware.
Safe.
Yeah, it's
I know
gonna
that
be
Blunt Rochester is a little bit on the controversial side, but I don't see how it gets really competitive.
Oh, by the way, for those who remember who Jim Landia is, he issued a co-endorsement of Lisa Blunt Rochester and Angela Alterbrook on the basis that they were both black women.
Honestly, I think this
What
could
an
have been
idiot.
likely. I think this could have been.
You
likely
gotta look up Jim Landia. Actually, he is so like, he thinks everything is based off of black turnout. He always like this like. He walks around with a chip on his shoulder, hoping to catch somebody saying something so that he can accuse them of being racist.
Can we do this? Because I do have to go soon. I have to go around 7. Can we speed this up? So can we do all the toss-up states? Well, I want to start with Montana because I do have a hot take on this one.
Wait, yeah,
Okay,
let's do
Delaware
that.
could have been.
Okay,
it
we'll
could have
look at the
been
critical
likely
seats.
if a
Safe.
similar one.
Safe.
I got this one as likely.
Likely,
No,
yes.
okay, so I'm going to say this again. At this moment, I'm comparing it to the 2020 with Gianforte. So I'm going to say this. I did a little bit of digging. Tester always performs better in the big city areas, but then loses massive performance issues in the rural areas. Right now, from where we are standing, we're seeing Trump's probably going to win the state around 17 points. Okay? I don't see how, and I'm gonna throw a bone because I use 1, 5, 10 margins. How Tester performs 7 points better in the rural and the suburb areas. Now I'll throw you a bone. I don't think Trump's gonna perform as good as he should in the suburbs, but then he's gonna do way better, way better inside of the rural areas, which will have him hold a lot of these areas, especially in the Rust Belt and the Sun Belt. Now,
Here's the
this is the reason why I have it safe. Go to election shuffler, then you do some margin changes, especially in the suburban areas. I'll compare it. So let me get into my 2024.
He wins by 6.
Hold on, give me a minute.
but here's my take.
I'll do 3 points better in this area. So he's going to be wanting the 17. Okay. Now, I'm going to select, multi-select. I'm going to select missile or multi-select.
I mean, we don't have to debate the margin. We are agree he's gonna win. It's over for Tester.
2. We'll do 3. Yeah. I'll even throw you one. I'll do it 7 points better. Still 15-point margin. I don't see how there's an underperformance of this much inside of Montana. If you look at it, if Tester's going to do better, even like 7 to 9 points better inside of the suburbs, you have a massive run up inside of the rurals. There's no way that Tester can catch up to where it's going to be like a likely margin. I had this as a likely margin for quite a while. I'm now a little more confident. I was not confident before, but I had a little bit of a thought. This race was going to be safe. I do have it nearly as safe now. I have it around 11-point margin, maybe 12.
It is true. It is true that at this time, Bullock was polling even better than Tester. So yes, I do think it could be safe far, but
Yeah, but
because I'm
2020 was also a
you
year
won the
though
year.
where like everybody thought Republicans were going to do worse than they did because of COVID or whatever, but then they ended up doing fine. So, I mean, I don't know.
Hold on. And they're saying that now, but then we have way better numbers for Republicans. Then how are we going to fall short of a safe margin in Montana where we had Greg Gianforte, who's going to lose, that everybody said he was going to lose, or win narrowly by a lead margin, but then won by a safe margin, almost the same thing that we're saying about this race. But then he wins by 13 points. Why aren't we saying the same about Sheehy? We're right now predicting a likely race for Sheehy.
I think it'll be closer, like closer to 10 than not. Like, I think I made it like 8 to 9 or something.
Like if you look at these predictions, it was either lean R or toss up, especially like near November, early November.
I'm just gonna say,
So,
I just think that it's gonna be like under 10, just because Tester seems to outperform polling most of the time.
no,
But it's
come on.
but the
Yeah,
problem is
Tester.
he's already
Tester's
over
been a
50, so
fixture in
it's
the state
over.
for a while.
Hold on.
And plus, I feel like most of the polls that had Sheehy up was like Republican favored. So
It was on point in 2018, 2012. It had Rainberg in 2012 up. So
I'm just gonna think. I think it's
It
just gonna
was
be
on
likely
point.
because Sheehy's has a bit of a baggage with his military stuff. So
Nah,
no,
nobody cares about Sheehy's military crap.
yeah, no. Okay, Trump's up by 17 in the state. Okay, Trump's up by 7 in 2020. They had most of these polls had like Trump +7 and Trump +9 and all that. So Trump's up by 17 in the state. He's probably gonna win by that margin. Like we have some like Rasmussen has Trump up by 23. Then again, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, I don't see how Sheehy falls short of 10 of where we are right now.
I mean, they
Then
they,
again,
they
I
have
put
some
Trump.
dirt on Sheehy, which would make it like under like like.
What my question is it enough to pull him under 10?
Okay,
No.
regardless of who's right here, can we move on from Montana? Because I'm actually
Yeah,
getting
that's
bored of
that's
talking
taking
about
forever.
Montana.
Okay, next.
Yeah, I fully agree. Okay, Red Tie wants to do some more critical seats. How about Nevada?
That's
Likely D.
No,
Sam Brown was supposed to
I
be
think it.
good, but he just fell off the roof.
no,
I think it's lean D, and the reason why. Yeah.
I agree with you. It's lean D because the polls have Brown down by like 6 to 8 or whatever, but like he's at only 42%, and the undecideds are breaking for him because they're like Republicans who are not really, or conservative leaning voters who aren't really interested in either candidate. I don't think like Rosen is basically already at her ceiling right now. She's like at 50% already. She can't get much higher. So it's going to be like 4 or something, maybe.
I got you.
What's up next?
Let's talk about Nebraska's regularly scheduled.
The hype around
I
that
got it
is
as
so
likely.
dumb. No, it's going to be over 10 for Fisher. There's not going to be that much. This is the same thing as Alaska
Really? Okay.
in 2020. This is the same thing as Alaska in 2020. Everybody thought Dan Sullivan could actually be vulnerable, and he wasn't.
Yeah, but Fisher
I mean,
isn't as charismatic as Sullivan.
I don't think Sullivan is that charismatic either. It's just Fisher has even less name ID. But like all the undecided voters are not even undecided voters. The polls are just bad in this state. Like every single poll in the state is either a Fisher internal or an Osborne internal, and most of them are Osborne internals that have him at like 48%, which nobody thinks is going to happen.
it's I think it's likely for me because I saw Osborne using Trump's name in his ads, praising him like on the border and stuff. Honestly, I think Fisher should have retired. Like make some Democrat think they had a chance, and then Democrat would run, and then it would have been safer.
Yeah, we should have ran Glenn Weaver for Senate.
Yep. LOL. Cap supporting
And
Dan
since we're already
Osborne.
here, Nebraska's special election.
That's safe.
Solid?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, solid.
I
Because
hate how Pete Ricketts just bought that seat basically because he got the governor he wanted.
Well, he
because
bought it with
the
political favors.
It's so stupid.
because Love Jr. Apparently, I heard that someone on Reddit like called Love Jr. like a sex offender or something. So that's solid.
Well, Love Jr. is also like 82 years old. I don't know why he's running for Senate.
Sacrificial lamp, I guess.
Yeah, they just needed somebody to nominate, so they nominated that dude.
But polling does have Ricketts like winning by just like 16 to like 18 points. But it is Osborne sponsored, so
It does matter. Let's move on.
I do think Trump is probably not gonna do as well in Nebraska because Tim Walz has connections, sort of.
No.
All right, up next, let's do some more just completely boring races just so we can get them out of the way. Hawaii. Unfortunately, it's still solid. I hate Mazie Hirono. She is the worst person in the body of known
Honestly,
as the
I
Senate,
feel
but
like
she's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
win
my
easily.
dad hates her much because she's a nasty person. She's an
Oh yeah, and
awful
she hates white
nasty.
people.
She's an awful nasty woman.
Yeah, I
like
get it. You're making fun of my video.
No, wait. Here's another thing. Has anyone noticed how there's never polls from Hawaii? Like, I don't think Hawaii ever
Why?
does any polls. Like,
Yeah, because it's a safe Democrat state.
well, no, but oh wait, no, I'm checking 2020. There were Hawaii polls in 2020. But like for Senate races, like 2022, there weren't any polls for any of the races that year at all. Which like normally you would have one or two.
I gotcha. So up next is Utah. Curtis easily winning, unfortunately.
John Curtis.
You know, I'm actually optimistic about Curtis. I don't think he's going to
Why?
be as bad as a lot of people say he'll be. It's
You
just
think
he
you'll be a
doesn't
team
strike.
player?
He strikes me as someone who actually believes what he says, and not someone like Romney who, anywhere the wind blows, he will go.
I mean, I think he'll suck on like climate change, but I don't really care about that issue. I think he'll be fine on the other. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about him not voting for Trump's Supreme Court pick if
Oh
that
yeah,
happens.
I think he'll be a team player on like cabinet confirmations, like Senate confirmation stuff. Um I think yeah, and I think like on major like legislative votes, he'll support Trump's initiatives.
Yeah,
I
he'll
think he'll
just
be
be
better than
kind of
Romney.
fringe, but oh, definitely, definitely.
He won't be like Lisa
Up
Murkowski. I
next,
think
Wyoming.
yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, Wyoming is the Democratic nominee is like literally just a nobody who decided to file for Senate, and that's why there's even a Democratic
I
nominee.
think they
Like,
just it's just a sacrificial lamb so Brasso doesn't win Teton County and
but yeah, it's
Anyway, North Dakota.
Kevin
Kramer ain't
Cramer
losing.
safe.
solid.
Mississippi.
Minnesota. Safe.
I hate Roger
Who do
Wicker
we
so
have? Is it?
much.
Is it?
Actually,
It's
you got a guy
Yeah,
named
I
Q. I
love
think
Cindy Hyde Smith because she made the lynching comments.
what? Why do you like that?
she's the
I'm
reason
joking.
Mississippi
I'm
is like we
kidding.
are.
No, but look at Cindy Hyde Smith's picture. She looks kind of scary. She looks like kind of a
I,
weirdo, you
I,
know?
I love scary. The spooky month.
Can we move on, please?
I think Cindy Hyde Smith is probably like the best senator for a horror movie.
Can we move on?
I don't know. Lisa Murkowski is ugly.
It's kind of true. She's an awful nasty woman. Let's move on.
Okay, we get it.
Yeah, okay.
Next, Bennessee.
You're the only. Okay, no.
Oh my word, guys! It's Gloria Johnson. She's a member of the Tennessee Three. Oh my gosh, she's such a good candidate. She got a celebrity national status because of the Tennessee Three because she almost got expelled. This could be a really competitive race, guys. Oh my gosh.
Stupid Democrat.
Yeah, she ain't getting nothing up here in Appalachia. Nothing in the middle. All of
Because
her votes are
because
coming
of
from
Gloria
Memphis.
Johnson, Marsha Blackburn might actually outperform Trump.
Oh, I think she will. No one likes Gloria Johnson.
Especially in the Nashville and Memphis
Okay.
suburb.
I mean, she's incredibly ugly. Have you seen Gloria Johnson's picture? Like, did she? She's like one of the ugliest people I've seen.
West Virginia has done it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
R.
Solid.
Yes.
What about Eastern Virginia, aka Virginia?
Uh,
Oh
Um,
wait, should we
I
call
get.
that like
Sorry.
Eastern or Southern
Whoa.
Virginia?
whoa, hold
Just
on a
call it
sec.
regular Virginia.
Nah, I want it to be
This
funny.
one I got as
Something.
lean.
No, it's
No,
not
I
gonna be
have
that
it
close.
I
saved.
think no.
Likely.
There's no. What makes you think that Tim Kaine is going to vastly outperform Kamala?
Actually, no, I think it's likely because or do
Look,
people not remember Hung Cow?
I could go along with likely, but I don't know. Tim Kaine, he's like one of the most bland senators there is. But for whatever reason, Virginians just always reelect him by a lot. I don't understand quite why he has such a tie to the state, but like he does. They just like him for some reason.
Well, the thing is, that's because he does good in the exurbs. But because we have Hung Kao, who is an overperformer himself, I think he's going to neutralize that edge that Tim Kaine has over most candidates.
Maybe, but I still think it's probably likely then. Because there's no guarantee Virginia's a lean margin just because of the early vote. Like, I'm still very cautious about
But
the
like,
early
how
vote.
many? Describe a Trump Kane voter.
I don't know an independent who is like
Exactly.
we need to have a change back from the current administration, but also I still love my good old Senator Tim Kaine. Like, that's probably who they are.
Come on, that's not enough to make it likely.
I think it's likely, but
Hear
I
me
know
out.
if Hawkeye were to speak, he would be roasting you right now for that take.
Split ticket voters are the true threat to democracy. Because come on now, you want Trump to get things done, but you're gonna re-elect the same people that oppose him 24/7. That's stupid.
All right, let's do Maryland.
Anyway,
Safety, because
I think
Yep.
it's
It's safe.
lean.
No,
no.
it's gonna be also Brooks
Hogan
plus like
has
14 or 13.
It's gonna
listen.
be solid for
Go to a
Kamala, but
random person in like Montgomery County right here and ask them who the hell Angela Also Brooks is. 9 times out of 10, they'll say, I don't know. Ask them who Larry Hogan is. They'll be like, oh, Hogan, I remember that guy. He was pretty good. Now, I get it. There are these counties down here which have large black populations. The problem is Hogan is such an overperformer that I think he does great in Baltimore County, does great up in the corner, does
no. But here's the
outperforms
thing:
Trump
they're
even
gonna
on the Eastern Bay Area.
no. Here's the thing: I think that they're gonna see that it's for a Senate race, and they'll be like, "Oh, I like this guy, but I can't vote for a MAGA's Republican majority, so I have to vote for Ossobrook."
I don't know if that many people are thinking that. Like I know my mother and my stepfather are because they're super politically motivated. But the average Maryland Democrat doesn't really even they just see, oh hey, he's Maryland. He's our guy. We voted for him. Because he won places like Washington County over here or Frederick County over here. He's not a bad candidate in the slightest. And I think he's going to make it lean.
I mean, maybe, but I just don't see that.
Fine, likely.
Sure, that's a good compromise. It's just the fact that Trump is gonna like lose Maryland by like 30 or whatever, and like just don't know how he can outperform by like 25.
Well, ask yourself, how did Joe Manchin win re-election in 2012?
Yeah, but that was 2012 is the problem. Like we were less polarized then.
Okay. Up next, Indiana. Solid.
Yes.
Jim Banks ain't losing.
We're,
I like Jim Banks.
I hate that we're not getting an upgrade from Todd Young though. It's we just get a slight upgrade from Mike Braun, and that's it. We don't. It's not like we're like replacing. It's not like if we were to replace Mitt Romney with Trent Staggs, that would have been a phenomenal upgrade. But it's like no, we're just going from pretty good to like great. I mean,
So basically, we go from
Yeah.
like B tier to A tier.
yeah, which is good, but it's like crap. Like, we need more upgrades like that and really like weak with really weak Republicans. But anyway,
Yeah. Up next, Missouri. Solid. Lucas
Safe.
Kuntz shot someone.
Oh yeah, but isn't it like too late though? People already voted.
not
It
necessarily.
doesn't matter.
To be fair, not like the early vote isn't gonna decide everything. So yes, solid. Looking forward to Holly outperforming Trump in the suburb for that.
Okay, let's look at Washington.
Solid because
Solid. We're
Hannibal
just
straight up
not
got
running anyone
57.
here.
Like Cantwell straight up got 57% in the primary against It's sad, but it's gonna it
Yeah,
happens.
that's
It's just it's not
yeah.
what's his face.
Washington solid D.
It's
Ooh,
Washington
yeah.
being an idiot as usual.
My state has fallen off since Reagan. Even when California voted for Bush Senior, Washington didn't. Like we haven't had a
Speaking of
Republican
Cali,
government since 1984.
I
I
think that
love
it's
how
like
I
shift
love
of
how
16.
I think it's shift by like 20 probably.
Okay. So that's a
Also,
solid D state. Nothing to
I
really write
love
home about.
how I love how I love how still I ended up getting vindicated that like Garvey wasn't going to be this massively great candidate. Everybody was like, "Oh my word, famous celebrity running for Senate. Geez, this is going to be really competitive." And I was like, "Nope." And everybody hated on me for it. And I was right.
Taylor Swift for Senate.
You must think that she
Anyway,
would make it close against Bill Haggerty.
Minnesota. Solid R,
Minnesota.
obviously.
Okay, come on.
Oh my word,
Soda!
Safety.
I want Royce White to win so bad. I still
Oh yeah,
remember
me
when
too.
Chapman was rooting against Royce White in the primary. He was like, Royce White is such an idiot. I really want Royce White to lose the primary, but then he won it.
You guys know who's
Okay, but
really
let's
good?
be real. Who
Ronald
the hell
Reagan.
takes Chapman seriously?
Well,
Hawkeye.
there are some people, but regardless.
I got it as likely. I think
You
Klobuchar wins
retard, I'm right
delegate.
here.
I didn't say nothing. Sorry.
Then why haven't you said anything?
Oh, I was just waiting until someone,
Well, you got me.
I'm waiting until someone what?
What do you think about the Minnesota race?
It's above 10.
Okay, that's safe.
It's like Klobuchar plus 13 or 14, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's hilarious because she should be winning by way more because it's Royce White, but somehow he's the closest person who comes to beating her. It's kind of funny.
Mr. My balls dunk in the toilet water is gonna be her biggest challenge. All right.
Oh my word! Wait, why did
Let's
Hawkeye
look
leave?
at Texas. Oh, his phone died.
Why has he just
Hawkeye's
been like
phone died,
so?
unfortunately. Oh,
Why is he?
hey, how's your phone doing?
Oh, it's fine, but it's dead.
Oh,
Yeah. So
let's
anyway,
talk about
what's wrong with me taking Chapman seriously?
Well, because
he's
he
a
can
silly
be kind of
boy. Let's just say
because
that.
he can be kind of dumb sometimes, but
Well,
Because
it's more
he's
reasonable
a
than having
Republican
Virginia
for
being like
Harris.
really fucking close to flipping.
okay. Well, actually, I kind of agree
No
with
one is
that.
saying.
You had Trump winning Virginia like a couple months ago after RFK dropped out.
Okay, can we stop fighting, please? Thank you. Okay, Texas
Just a
time.
reminder, that's what you had.
I got it as likely. I think Cruz wins it by like 9.
No, I have it as leading
Nah.
Cruz by like 4.
I don't know. Look, I'm sorry. I still don't understand why you think like Texas is trending so heavily back to the right. Like
And I don't know why
see-
you think Virginia's going to be so close.
Oh god.
okay, like actually just stop if that's all you're gonna say.
Well, I don't know, but there's no logic behind it.
No, I know, but like we're done
Okay,
talking
we are
about
not
Virginia.
beefing. We are not beefing in the damn stream.
At least you're not sounding like an elementary counselor. That's all I care about. So therefore,
Anyway, Texas. I think it's going to be likely the state's going to shift pretty far to the right because Kamala is hated here.
and so is Trump.
Less hated.
No.
Well, here's the thing.
Actually, no,
having the
he's
weakest
pretty popular
performance since
nowadays, according to
Abdul.
Gallup.
Here's the thing. So, yeah, Trump's not good for the state, but I think the state is taking a small shift to the right this year because obviously, like, Biden's the incumbent, and
Yeah,
Harris
I
is
don't disagree with
unpopular.
that. I'm saying I don't
And
think it's gonna be 9.
oh yeah, no, I agree. It's not 9, and
It's
but
probably
also
6 or 7, maybe. I don't
yeah,
know.
I think 7 might be
Okay,
more
6
realistic.
is still likely.
7 for
Yeah,
Trump, 4 for
it's
Cruz.
likely.
Game over.
It's likely. I don't disagree. Like, I don't think it's lean, and I don't see it shifting to the left in any case. It's just I don't see it shifting to the right that much.
Wait, Sam, what's your Virginia margin?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have a specific margin for that.
Because it's gonna be like 7 still.
I think it might be more like 6 or 5.
Grim Sparrow 180 is speaking truths in the chat.
I don't know. It really just depends
So
again
true.
on how the election day turnout is in Virginia, because if it's a lot stronger for Dems, then yeah, it's probably closer to 7 or so. But like if they just don't improve from the early voting, then it's actually going to be way closer than it ought to be, which makes no
Than it
sense,
ought
I
to
know,
be.
but like it's still like mathematically that's how it would work out.
I just don't see him improving the Nova
Hey, Red
suburbs.
Tie's back.
Well, the only way he would
Hi, Red
improve,
Tie.
the only way he would improve is if there just isn't enough turnout there. It's not that he's winning over any new people. It's just that nobody's turning out, which I'm not sure I really see that personally, because I still think Harris gets decent turnout there. I just don't know if it's going to be through the roof.
Well, I'm saying 5 or 6 is a lot
All
more
right,
reasonable than
Shuddies. We
having
got
like
5
2 or
more
3.
states left. Let's start with Florida. I got this one as likely.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna. I don't buy the. It's gonna be close. Rick Scott's winning easily. He's winning
Florida is
by
gonna
like 8.
go blue. Trust the plan. Trump messed up with Hurricane Helene comment. Set lip.
Hear me?
Quote, unquote.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna be very simple because I want to give my thoughts on Virginia before I get to Florida, because I do have a Florida thing. Virginia is very simple. I'm comparing it to 2020. Trump is doing better compared to the polls, especially in the polls. Virginia is one of those states that Trump does not do the greatest in. I will admit that he doesn't do great because the suburbs, very simple. The DC suburbs
He's
don't like,
horrible for it.
but let's compare to 2020. Most of these polls are like Harris plus 6, Harris plus 8. Some of them are like lower on the end, like Harris plus 5, Harris plus 3. The Qantas poll, Harris plus 1. A little bit of an outlier, but it's okay. Compared to 2020, Biden plus 11, Biden plus 12, Biden plus 15, Biden plus 10. So looking at a national, I have it around D plus 5. I mean, I know, Hawkeye, you have this whole thing about Virginia and that Trump's not going to do great in the suburbs, and I agree, he's not. But then you're going to have these major rural shifts that are going to be true to maybe outlaw some of
The
these
rurals
things
that
are
like
gonna,
don't even have 1,000 people in them. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
But there's way
Colin
more. But there's
Albred
way.
will
Hold on,
win
hold on,
because
hold on,
she's
hold
got the
on,
Olivia
hold
Julianova.
But there's way more rurals. No, but that's actually a valid point, because there are a lot more rurals, like in terms of like land wise in the
Yep.
state than
And then
suburbs.
And then,
I'm pretty-
especially in like Virginia Beach, for example, with Kiggins, I think that will somewhat affect Trump's, like help Trump's margins just a little bit. I think he might narrowly get Virginia Beach to vote for him. It just depends on the turnout. I could be wrong. It's going to be closer, especially in that area, like Chesapeake, Virginia, Northampton area, especially like south of the DC suburbs, like Loudoun and Fairfax. Around those areas, I think Trump's gonna get a lot of great turnout in that area, like better turnout, especially in like the Roanoke area. He's gonna get better turnout in the Richmond area, I think he's going to do better, which will affect Harris's margins, of course. But then in the DC suburbs, you're going to have turnout for Harris, which does affect some things. But I do have the race surprisingly at 5 points exactly. I'm putting it more towards lean than likely at this point, narrowly, just due to that fact, because there is way more rural areas because it's a special state, because it has a lot of those townships. That will affect her margins because I do not think that, in my opinion, in these townships, I don't think Kamala's going to do that great as well as Biden did. Like especially in, like Danville, Lynchburg, Roanoke, and like a lot of these areas, a lot of these townships. I don't think she's going to do that well, in my opinion, which will make the race closer. But in the Senate,
Hey, but
I think Hung Kao
All right,
is going to
save the
do a little
presidential
worse.
talk for later.
no, it's just funny how like Sam thought it was like delusional for thinking Youngkin wins Virginia in 2028, but does not think it's delusional to say that Trump's going to get like so close to winning there. I don't get it, bro. Like I really
I'm pretty
don't.
Because nobody expected the early vote to be this good. I don't understand why you don't.
So
look
you're
at
admitting that you
data
think
points.
Youngkin could win it in 2028 on the presidential level?
Yes, he
Okay,
can.
here's the thing. He could if the early vote was this good, but nobody knows what the early vote is looking like in 2028 because the early vote
I
is
see
4
it
years
just
from
being
now.
just as good as it is right now. Maybe
Okay,
even better.
let me
Actually.
say this. We can't really talk about something that 4 years later when we don't even know what our race looks like in 9 days. That's a little bit inconclusive. We can't really talk about something in 1,000+ days when we don't even know something in 9 days. Like that's the issue. Hell, this race can go to Trump. It really can. If we have a surprise on election night, Trump gets way better in the the DC suburbs. Trump wins the state. Like we can have that happen. We cannot say right now what happens in 2028 because we don't know. Turnout can be hella down, but then Youngkin wins crazy states, but then we don't even know the candidate in 2028. We don't even know what's gonna come out in 9
yeah,
Okay,
days.
yeah. Okay, yeah, we get it.
I'm pretty
Okay,
concerned.
let's
for
talk
states,
about
though.
New Mexico now. So we're
Hey.
running Nella Dominici in this seat. I got it as lean.
Likely.
I think it's going to be Heinrich +4 because
Oh.
Heinrich is a massive underperformer.
Well, the guy normally won by like 20 points in
Okay.
2018. You don't call him.
Wait, why do you have him doing worse than Harris there?
Honestly,
Because Heinrich underperformed Obama against a nobody.
True.
it was an open seat again. Oh my! But here's the thing, though. Heinrich, he's such a generic guy. He never smiled
actually-
in any of his.
Actually, Heinrich was running against a former U.S. representative. I wouldn't say that was a nobody.
Honestly, though, the guy
Fair
never
enough.
smiled in his
But
life.
still,
The look of it. Like he always tried to smile, but he just
I
ended
think
up
it's
frowning.
likely. I think it's likely personally, but I don't know.
fine,
I have it
likely.
as safe. I have it as safe.
Next up is Arizona.
Likely.
Likely.
Yeah.
I think it's either. I think the undecideds are breaking for Lake, but it's still it's either high lean or low likely.
I have it at 7.
I got it as
It's
like
not-
Gallego plus like 3.5.
Whoa.
I have its Gallego.
I wouldn't go that far. I think
I say
think it's-
Gallego 6.
I think it's Gallego +4 to. I would say it's Gallego +4.5 to 5.5.
Gallego 5.7.
Okay, then we'll do Gallego plus 4.5.
I don't know. I always worry about.
It's really
saying
sad what
Lake.
happened to Carrie Lake.
Yeah.
Did you
shoulda
see
got
Bill
Mark
Clinton
Lamb.
saw her physically attractive?
Now it's
What a
time
pedo.
for Michigan.
Lindy.
Lindy.
Tiltar.
No.
No.
Hopium.
I don't even think Trump wins Michigan, so that's
No,
an
Trump does not
impossible.
even. If Trump can't win, I think it's getting lower that Trump wins Michigan. But if Trump doesn't win Michigan, then how can Yeah, no. How does Mike Rogers win, but then Trump doesn't?
Bro,
Yeah, no.
this map is
It's
just pure
lean D.
hopium, bro.
It's lean D. It's lean
I'm
D.
sorry, like I'm not even trying to be an asshole, but this map is kind of just hopium.
Fine, tilt D.
Okay, fine, that's more reasonable. All right.
Okay,
let's
I'm gonna
just-
give my
I
reasoning.
don't-
I have Michigan as
I'm-
lean R on the presidential
No,
level.
I'm gonna be serious though. I don't understand all the hype around like Mike Rogers. Like he has a good ground game, but of the 3 Rust Belt candidates, he's got the most issues with like his past record in Congress and whatnot. Like there's like so much they're attacking him on
Okay.
with like social security and abortion and stuff. Like I think he's the weakest one of the 3. I think
Now-
can I-
McCormick has a better
Can
shot.
we?
I
Because
still
I have
think he
a long
wins because
reasoning for
progressives
Wisconsin.
won't vote for Slotkin.
Now,
I'm
That's
sorry.
actually
now I
true.
get-
Slotkin is like super pro-Israel and because she's Jewish and stuff, so maybe some
Now
of
I
them are
get
mad
why
at her.
Republicans.
Can,
Yeah.
can I give my
run these
reasoning real quick for
outsiders.
Wisconsin? Because I do have something
Sure,
really,
talk.
really interesting. Okay, so Wisconsin, we've seen this
Wisconsin.
race there. I think everybody's been agreed that this race has narrowed significantly from I would say even 3 weeks ago to 2 months ago. Remember, this race used to be a Baldwin plus 11. I had this race personally likely to save for the longest of time, but then I started to realize this race is narrowing pretty quickly. We had the longest of time that we had Baldwin plus 3 to 2 races. But then we had that Super Marquette poll, which we can throw out of the aggregate because I think is becoming a little more unrealistic. Same thing with a lot of these other polls. I'm starting to realize that this is a special race because at this point, I think Eric Hovde is doing better and better in the suburban areas, especially in the rurals as well, which will cause his race to become closer. I've talked to Tester about this. I've talked to a lot of people about this and their feelings, and I'm not the only one. This race, I know people will disagree with me by a lot. This is a coin flip race. This race is going to be what we saw in 2022 when Mandela Barnes was like really close within flipping the state, for the longest time when he was like within a point of taking the lead for the longest time in 2022. I feel like this is where we are. This race is becoming closer and closer by the day. Same thing can be said about Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania, just because of Casey's name, that will affect some things. This is a thing where the presidential race will affect this race significantly. It depends how Trump does in Dorr, Kenosha, and Milwaukee. It depends how he does, especially in that big Dem area for Obama, that one area at like near Eau Claire and that big area around Minnesota. It depends how.
Dane County?
Yeah, it depends how Trump does in the lowland areas near Minnesota, near the Minnesota border, where it flipped majorly in
Do you mean
2016.
the driftless area?
Yeah, the driftless area. It doesn't matter. It depends how Trump does there. That will affect the race in Wisconsin and the Senate significantly. I think that race will be the closest aligned to the presidential race, in my opinion. I will agree to some people. Baldwin will do a little better, a little bit, in the Madison area, which will cause her to narrowly win. At this moment, I do think that Hovde has a chance to win this race. I'm going to be completely honest. I think I've said this before. My final prediction have this race going to Eric Hovde, but at this point, I do have it narrowly going to Baldwin by like a 0.2, 0.3 margin.
I think it's kind of a toss up. I think Pennsylvania and Wisconsin are like the 2 best opportunities for like an upset, probably.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Polls are like basically tied right now in Wisconsin for the Senate.
For president too.
Yeah, well, Trump's actually got a narrow lead in the presidential polls, I think. But
He does.
the thing about Wisconsin though is that they never I think it's been decades and decades since they've elected a senator and a president of opposite parties. So unless they break that trend this time, if we're assuming Trump wins Wisconsin, then Hovde might actually pull it off. It just depends. If Trump wins Wisconsin, like for example, this could be like a Kelly Ayotte, or like a Maggie Hassan Hillary Clinton situation because Hillary barely won the state of New Hampshire, and Maggie Hassan also barely won the state against an incumbent at the exact same time. There was like virtually no ticket splitting, even though like there was an incumbent Republican who should have outperformed and they didn't. Like that's sort of what this is reminding me of. If something like that happens, then Hovde actually would win this. But I don't know. I don't know how much Baldwin can really outperform. Like I don't know how much she would because I think she's a
I
strong
just
incumbent, but I don't think she's. I don't think she's the incumbent that people play her up to be. Like some people have made her sound like because she won by like 10 in 2018 against like a terrible candidate, they think that she's like a god level incumbent or whatever. And I don't get why people think that. I think she's just like decent, but like I don't think she's like got like a Bob Casey level brand in Wisconsin at all. You know,
the
I
the
mean,
thing about this the thing about this seat is that it's really immune to Republican. It's just not Baldwin. It's just this specific seat they hate Republican. So
well, but that I don't think it's that they hate Republicans. I think it's just like that's how it's historic. I think that's just how it's been.
Like, let's be honest. If this was a midterm year, this map would be completely different. This
yeah,
map would be like Ohio going blue, but then Maryland being super close, and then no, it would be completely different. But since we're on a presidential level, we have to understand that we
I
cannot
just want to
compare this to
say
2018. We
I just
physically
want
cannot compare. We cannot come on. We cannot compare this race to the 2018 model that Baldwin won by 10.8. We have to compare it to 2012. Mind you,
I,
what did Obama win in 2012 Wisconsin by? He won it by 6. Then Tammy Baldwin won the state by 6. It came on par with 2012. That is the only race we can compare it to, the nearest race. But if we compare it to where we are now, which I think most of us agree, if not all, that Trump wins the state narrowly, to Sam's point,
I
I
just
think
want to
that's what may happen. But I think just narrowly by the thinnest of margins, I think Tammy Baldwin narrowly holds on. But
All right, let me know
he said I said it,
when we're
but
doing the presidential level.
can I just say that historically since 1994, every election year that ends up that ends in the number 4 has been good for Republicans. So you might watch out for that. If
Okay,
Trump,
so Tammy Baldwin underperformed Obama. She was running against Tommy Thompson, to be fair, because he was a stronger candidate.
yep.
But she underperformed Obama by
oh yeah,
like one
Huffy
point by
all
like
yeah.
1.3 or like 1.4. So she underperformed slightly, but because she's the incumbent this time, we can assume she might slightly overperform. At the very least, all we can understand from that is that she tends to perform about in line with the top of the ticket in presidential years. Um, so I think saying Hovde wins honestly isn't that unreasonable. If we see Trump winning Wisconsin by like 0.9 or something, Hovde might win by like 0.3 or whatever. Like that's entirely possible.
Yep.
Huffy also ran in 2012 but lost
Yep.
to Thompson.
Yeah. So I mean, we could see. It's gonna be so close. This is gonna be like the race that a lot of people are not noticing is gonna be close. I
I
have a
think
feeling that this race is gonna be a surprise. Like we're gonna see something crazy happen at like midnight.
yeah, maybe, but if Republican ends up with a red wave, I think you should thank the number 4 because since 1994 Republicans always do well if the election year is
Yep.
But
in,
yeah, I think the strongest chance we
Not
have
since
in an upset
1984.
is in Wisconsin. I
because
think I,
let's
I I think we really might get a 53rd Senate seat from Wisconsin maybe.
yeah, maybe.
And in Pennsylvania too, we actually have a really good shot
Just know
as
that
well.
Yes.
1994 was a red wave. 2004, it was not necessarily a red wave, but Republican won overall. 2014 was a red wave, and now
I show my
2024.
presidential map. If y'all don't mind.
Yeah, we
It's gonna
saw.
be close.
Let's move on to presidential.
After we do,
Even LTE has Trump winning as of now narrowly.
What? Yeah, wow. I'm actually surprised he does.
Like he's more bullish on Trump than PMS.
Like,
who
yeah,
has
I'm pulling in my
Harris.
map from like 2 months ago. I had Pennsylvania as likely, Tammy Baldwin as lean, and then Mike Rogers tilt. Like that was so cursed. But then now, it
Yeah,
is
I
completely
still
different.
don't understand why people thought Mike Rogers was so great. Like, I get he's running a decent campaign, but there's too much crap they can throw at him. Like, I get the ads. Like, they always they hit him on like being run by big pharma or whatever when he was in
Yep.
Congress. Like, they have like so much they have to attack him on. Like, I just don't see like why
Yep.
people think he's so strong. Like, anyway. I think Texas is likely.
Oh,
I'm kind of concerned about Texas Senate race because
I'm not.
Cruz not.
I disagree. So
Texas
this is
Senate
the
doesn't
issue.
matter.
This is the issue that we're having. We have a lot of these polls coming up that, oh, Ted Cruz is gonna. The issue that we had in 2018, it was not a presidential year. That is the issue that we had. Can I compare it to 2018? Because 2018, you could add a lot of people voting for Beto O'Rourke. That's the thing. Okay, hold on. Let me pull something up.
Well,
Let me pull.
also, Beto O'Rourke was actually an exciting candidate, not Colin Allred.
Yeah.
Already
all-
running on Cancun.
So we cannot compare this to 2018 because then again, like we said before, this is not a presidential. This is a presidential year. 2018 was not. We can compare it to 2012 though, when Cruz won by what? What did he win by in 2012? 15? 15. So if we compare it, like most of these polls, Cruz 10, Cruz 10, Cruz 18, Cruz 26. Like we can compare it to these. Like, what? But now I think it's gonna be closer. I think the most accurate is either the University of Texas poll, the Marist poll, and probably the Texas Hispanic Policy and Foundation poll. Like that's probably going to be the most accurate one out of all of them. So, this race is like. I mean, I fully believe this race is going to be likely marching at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Not by
already it's just
me,
so
actually.
annoying to be honest. He keep running on abortion January 6th.
all
Already
right,
it's
let's
just-
start with New Mexico.
That one is likely. I do
Likely.
not get the hype. Likely, I do not get the hype around it.
Can you say what you said, Hawkeye, about Alred?
Oh, I said he's just your typical resist lib.
Yeah, he is.
And Cruz just smacked him in the debate so bad. I think
Oh yeah,
polls
Cruz
doesn't show
kicked his
that.
ass. Well, you think Kansas? And
I love
South Carolina-
All right, up
I love-
next.
I love how Cruz just doesn't care. He's like, I'm gonna be as divisive as I want, and I'm still gonna win re-election every time.
Like Alred had a lot to throw at
Maine at
Cruz, and
large.
Cruz just kicked his ass anyway.
Likely.
I got this one as lean.
No, likely. The issue is it would have been different if RFK was
Okay,
still in
it's
the race. That
likely.
would have been lean.
What? Wait! What just happened here?
It's
Man,
likely.
Oh,
Wait, you think South Carolina is going to be over 20?
Okay,
Over
let's
15.
not go that far. It's probably going to be like 14 for Trump because of the black population.
I don't know why we even make a distinction between solid and safe. Like,
Yeah, that's just such a dumb thing. I just use the standard 4 margins.
It's for visual purposes, so people don't equate like South Carolina with, or not South Carolina, like Iowa with West Virginia.
True.
Okay. So
What about DC?
That's solid, super solid.
Yeah, I know, but he
Mm.
forgot to fill in DC.
Honestly, Trump is improving with black, but I think the black voters in South Carolina are basically like
Yes,
cult
sir.
member
Church
for
plan.
because the black voters in South Carolina are cult member for Jim Clyburn. So
okay, so then
Up
New
next,
Hampshire is the
New
same thing as Maine at large. It's gonna be likely.
Yeah,
I do not get that.
that's,
I think-
that's
I think-
likely.
Likely.
I think I think New. Wait, you have New Hampshire like? Do you mean like by 5? Because like 5 probably would make sense.
I have it around 6.5.
Yeah, I got
Nah.
about 5.
No,
Six.
because I think it's gonna swing to the right by a couple of points, and Biden won it by 7. So I don't. I think 6.5 is like that's barely even a swing.
5. What about 4.5?
Like I said, it's different that RFK is not on the ballot. It would be completely different. Like I would say, oh, New Hampshire would be a lean by like 2. And then same thing for Maine. It's different because then most of this is probably going to break or just not going to vote. Some of them are going to vote for Trump. That is the thing. But I just don't get the hype.
Yeah,
Really
considering Trump couldn't even crack like 58% of the vote there in the primary.
Yeah. So
And I do not want to
was
hear
likely.
the excuse of Democrats crossing over because it was not all of them. But
Speaking of whatever Texas, it looked like Harris had a not so good rally because apparently the libs were upset that Beyonce didn't perform.
she's just having celebrities shake their ass for her to get votes. It's weird.
Honestly, it's sunking her more than it's helping her because those people are so
All right,
out of touch.
let's get all the 7. All right, Nebraska second's likely.
Yeah, likely, sadly. If it weren't
Yeah,
weren't
it's
for Nebraska
likely.
second, I think Trump wouldn't have to win by the Rust Belt. He could
Let's
win through the House.
Go.
Move the screen. Okay, Nebraska second. What's next?
What the heck is going on? What is with the screen? It's not moving.
No,
Oh,
get
there
your
he is.
ass back here. All right, there you go.
Jeez, wow,
I'm back.
I'm gonna remember that when Hawkeye just like
I was refilling my water bottle.
Hawkeye just completely like unloaded on Man Milk there.
I didn't. Okay. Sometimes I feel like you overstate moments that like don't even matter that much.
I do because it's part of my autistic nature.
North Carolina
Virginia-
is lean.
Okay, Virginia.
Lean narrowly.
4.5. You know
I
what,
is
that's-
5, exactly 5. North Carolina, same story, but on the different thing. I think it's around 2.5.
This is just pure hopium.
Uh,
Yeah,
No,
I agree
it's
with
not.
you, honestly.
1.7.
No,
North
Okay.
Carolina shifting
I
you, though.
disagree. Hold on, Hawkeye.
I think Virginia. No, I think Virginia is likely. But
Wait, you guys heard me? You guys heard me under my breath? I didn't
Yes, I did.
even mean for you to hear me.
Okay, so Hawkeye, I want you to state your reasoning because I like I said before, you're gonna have Trump doing way better on the rules and then probably sustaining in the other suburban areas, but then Harris doing a little better in the DC suburbs. That is the thing.
Because the underpopulated rural shifting a couple points to the right and
There's
Richmond
enough of
shifting-
the rules though. There's enough of the rules for that to happen, and then if
Why
you just
are we
sustain and
comparing
run
a
it-
governor's race to a presidential race?
I'm
huh?
not comparing the governor's race. I'm not even comparing anything. I'm comparing it to the turnout that we have in the early vote.
Okay, dude, the people voting early, bro, those are Trump 2020 voters. Like they're just voting early this year instead of
Well, yes, but
no.
it's still a Democratic lead. Like saying that like the Republicans are becoming the new party of early, like it's an automatic switch this year. That might be true long term. Like in 10 years, we might see Republicans win the early vote every time. But like it's not normal right now. There's still going to be most Republicans voting on election day. So the turnout in Virginia does look good. I'm just not sure I'm ready to say that it's going to be less than 5.
yeah, like I don't
I
even
have it as 5
like,
exactly though.
even
Like
having
more
like,
leaning
6
towards
is-
lean.
Even 6 is kind of reasonable.
I think 5 or 6, and I'm just saying that because of the early vote. I would have this as 7 if we hadn't been seeing how badly the Dems are underperforming in early vote. They are doing worse in the early vote than they did in 2023 or 2021, and those were years that Republicans like actually came really, really close to winning or did win in Virginia.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird how the guy who's one of the main reasons Virginia trended left is automatically going to do like really well there now.
I know.
Not the main reason.
Again,
No,
I have
Hawkeye.
problems. I have problems
hold
with
on.
that too.
Minnesota
Hold on,
Rashad.
wait. Wait. This is the issue. The narrative that you're saying that Trump is the only no, it's not. It's because of the
I
DC
said one
suburbs.
of the main reasons. I did not
It's
say
not
the
a main reason. It's not a. It's a slight reason.
And
The
we
main
get
reason
it.
is the DC
Over with.
suburbs shifting left just because it was
Which
the
Trump
party of
accelerated.
Bush. It is the
And we
party
get
of
it over
George
with.
in the DC suburbs. It is still the party of George Bush. Let's be completely real. Let's be honest with her.
I'm
It
just
is
saying,
still
I think he
party.
accelerated the DC suburbs a little bit. That's
He
not.
did not. No, it's the shifting of the. It's shifting of the left just because
Nah.
of population
No,
changes.
I agree. I think Trump played a small role in it, but I think
Small, but it's not the main issue. It's not the main thing.
Oh,
Tell me,
I
Vinny,
no,
it's
I agree.
over.
It's not the main reason because like Virginia was still shifting. Like Bush's 2004 margin was like a lot smaller than it was against Gore, right? I mean,
No,
was
it
trending
literally
before
shifted
that.
0.2% to the right. What the fuck are you on?
No, the reason why.
It went from
No, here,
8.0 to
let me
8.
check this out.
Number
I'm
one,
literally looking at it right now. It
Oh,
went from
oh,
8.0 to 8.2.
commented in McCain, and then it shifted a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, so you're right. It was 8.2, and then McCain lost it by 6.3. And then because Obama was weaker in 2012, Romney came closer, and also Romney was a better candidate, but he still lost it by like well over 3 points. And then Trump lost it by
5.
over 5 points. It was like 5.3. And then he lost it by a little bit over 10. So Trump definitely accelerated it by a little bit, but I think part of it was also just the trends in the suburbs to begin with. I think it was just becoming more democratic there to
My
begin
thing
with.
is, it was the party of George Bush in that moment. It still was the party of George Bush. It was not ready for those shifts. That's why I think now we're going to see those shifts happen to the right in a lot of these areas in the rurals and some of the suburbs, like I said, in the Roanoke and the Richmond area. If you look at where we are with early voting, it is looking better for Republicans. Like I said, in the DC suburbs, you're going to see some shift to the left, but then it's going to be sustained by the shifts in the rurals. That is why I'm putting in Celine. I don't know why we're having the narrative that, oh, Trump's going to accelerate it more. It's going to sustain. No, that's not the
No,
case.
I don't think anybody's saying he's going to accelerate it more.
Basically, the same talking point for Georgia that the Atlanta area didn't shift
Okay,
too
so
much to the left
now
because
we're doing Nevada. Nevada, I got as Tilt D.
Yeah, that's
to-
fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
because Republicans are so
and as
overestimated
for
Interesting. I actually think Nevada.
as for
goes for Trump.
Arizona, I got it as Lean R.
So
That's
I
fine.
actually kind of think Nevada's a coin flip because like the culinary unions or whatever were saying Trump would actually win Nevada like a
Well,
month
yeah,
or
and plus,
so
I
ago.
think I think Trump narrowly wins Nevada. Honestly,
I think
Can I give
Nevada
my
is a
reasoning?
coin flip. I think
Can
it's
I
a
can I
coin
give my
flip.
reasoning? So, if you look at the polls, and I know this is not a great representation, but it's kind of a decent one. Republicans always lead early. They always lead for the longest time, and then it flips Democrat. But the issue is, it is closer. I will admit it is closer. But if you look in the day in history, Clinton led by 2. She won it by 2.4. The special thing about 2020, Biden was leading by 5, and then it narrowed because of the Trafalgar poll. So I think we're going to see that same representation, but then it's going to narrow towards Harris a little bit more. My thing is there enough to shift out of Clark and Washoe for Trump to win? I think we're going to get that shift out of Washoe. I don't think it's going to be enough in Clark. That's why I have it narrowly going to Harris. But yes, I can see. I'll give it to you. I can narrowly see it going to Trump. But in this moment, I think we need to see the shift that we did in 2022 for Laxalt and Washoe and Clark in order for him to win the state. But for
Okay,
narrowly
so-
right now, I've been narrowly going to Harris.
I just think I think
Okay,
Harris
that's
do get
fair.
it just because Nevada has a thing for minority women.
Bro, I think you messed up on Illinois.
Oh yeah, Illinois.
Yeah, wait,
safety.
Illinois change. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Those Arizona, yeah, I think those are both
Arizona's fine.
fair. Here's the thing. I think Sunbelt polls will actually overestimate Trump a little bit because that's sort of what they do at times, but I think he still wins them both.
Yeah. No, hold on. This is the thing I'm actually seeing. Look at early voting in Arizona. It is beautiful. Remember, Democrats led in 2020. They led in Arizona. They are now down by what, 8? 8. So same thing can be said about Georgia, but it is closer. But then we have more vote count in Georgia than Arizona, but still.
Good of
It is
Virginia.
good for Republicans more. It is Trump. Yeah, I agree with the comment in the chat. Trump is trying harder, but then again, he's not going for that whole trifecta. He doesn't need that trifecta. He's going for the small majority, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania to win. Harris is trying to go for all of them. That's where she's making the mistake.
Guys, I remember like back when Harris first joined the race. I remember I saw a video from a guy who seemed like he had very little experience predicting before. His logic was very dumb. He like just he was like my age and he had like really weird, like he had like a massive afro of like curly hair. And he was saying, okay, the current 538 polling average has Trump up 5 in Arizona against Biden. Because Harris will be on an upward trajectory, I do not think that she will be able to overcome this. However, the current polls have Trump only up 2 in Pennsylvania, and Harris is on an upward trajectory, so she will overcome that. And that was his entire logic and
Are
reasoning
you
for the
thinking
entire
about
video.
Sammy?
No, I don't think that was it.
I've been.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you actually think Sammy sounds like he's 20, you have problems, bro.
No, it's not. It wasn't. The guy was on camera.
Okay, up next.
He had really
Up
weird hair and
next,
stuff.
Wisconsin.
And people roasted him in the
Guilty.
comments. People
No,
roasted him in the comments.
this is the
too.
thing that we're having an issue with. Tim Walz will not affect the Driftless area. It won't happen. I don't know why we're saying this. We're going to see major shifts in Milwaukee, major shifts to the right. Same thing with Kenosha and Racine County. That's where we're going to see the shifts. That is why I have this filter. I don't get the narrative that we're saying, oh, Tim Walz will affect it. It won't happen.
If you don't think Walz is gonna help her, which I agree, by the way, I don't think Walz is gonna help her really. But if you don't think Walz is gonna help her, then you better not be thinking that Vance is gonna help Trump anywhere either.
He won't. He won't.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
I don't.
No,
No.
here's the thing.
Not like that,
I'm kind of surprised with Man Milk like being like super biased on like all the Senate maps, but like with this, he's like actually giving Wisconsin to Harris.
Like he's
I'm
being
kind of surprised.
really objective right now.
Can we wait? Can somebody explain how does the?
I think
Driftless
Michigan's going to
area
go to
vote?
Trump by a
Wait,
margin.
No.
Famous
I
thing.
No. Okay. No.
Okay.
This is where we have an issue. Man Milk. What is your reasoning? Let me ask this. What is your reasoning for Michigan?
Palm of the hand, Upper Peninsula, and weak down ballot Dems.
No. Trump's gonna do better in the Macomb area around Detroit. The issue is, this is where the minorities are not enough to flip the state. We have so much to overcome in Michigan, where it will be super hard. We have to come over 150,000 votes in the state, plus other things. Democrats are doing a little bit decent, I'll say decent, better than other states, decent in early voting, which will affect the margins. I do not think Trump wins today. I think it's a tilt Harris state just because there's so much to overcome. To somebody's
I will
narrative.
compromise.
And we're still and plus we're still recovering from Christina Caramel.
This is the compromise I'm willing to make.
Okay,
no. This is the issue.
If you're gonna do,
Sam, hold on.
No, why are you always getting to be the one to talk? Like,
yes, sir. Finally, Sam says it.
Here's all I want to say. If you're gonna have Michigan going to Trump, then Wisconsin has to go to Trump too, because there's no way Wisconsin somehow is blue and the other two are red. Like that. That's just like that's so weird.
Because I
This is
unironically
1988,
think
my
that
guy.
Tim Walz will help Harris in the driftless area.
I'm going to
he has
try
no
out.
appeal. The guy's been falling off since Vance kicked his ass.
Okay. Oh yeah,
I love that.
Because last time I said that, Sam thought I was letting Chapman brainwash me.
I'm gonna say this.
Wait, what? What? Last time you
hold on.
I was gonna say, well, because
I'm super close to
after when
crashing out.
Steven said after Vance kicked his ass or whatever, I said, well, I think it was more that Walls
yeah.
did better than
So-
Vance doing good. Then you were like, oh, you're just letting Chapman brainwash you, you stupid liberal.
No, well, it's kind of true. Like it wasn't just Walls doing bad. It was also Vance doing objectively good. Like anybody should be.
I'm
able
not
to
denying
recognize
he
that.
did. Like, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, like, I think it kind of had to do more with just Walls being a shitty debater. Because
I mean, he would have beaten any. Vance would have won against anybody.
Finally, we have Pennsylvania.
Come on, Pennsylvania, we're counting on you. If Trump loses, it's because of you.
Trump doesn't need Pennsylvania anymore.
Guys, we
he
should go.
objectively do.
I think we're
We
going to get
should
the
go-
magic numbers.
We should all go troll Jim Landia because he's toxic. We should
All right,
all
let
go
me.
well, can we
hate on
watch
him
the
for
video I
being-
wanted to do first before we do that?
Hold on.
Walls should have
Walls
stayed.
should have stayed in the women's restroom.
This Grim Sparrow guy is literally 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I
Alright.
love this guy. I asked him if he wanted to
we're-
join the stream. He said no.
So
That's
so
okay,
since
though.
we're done with Mad Milk, let me share mine. Yeah.
Okay,
Let me
go.
just.
We should
All
do
right.
one more election.
You have to allow it. You have
Wait,
to
let
allow
me
it.
share my screen. We're gonna watch this video.
Oh.
No, hold on,
No.
hold on. No, you have to allow it. You have to allow me to share. Okay, there you go. Let me just fill out the safe
Bro,
states
we
really
already
quickly.
know your map, bro. I've seen it like 1,000
Mm.
times. I've seen your map, bro.
I have different reasoning for different things now.
I've seen your map. All right, fine.
All right, hold up. I use different
Do you
coloring.
have EDP running?
What?
You come on, EDP for president.
Okay, so I use actually 1, 5, and 10. So it's I always forget I don't use 13 anymore. I always forget that. So, okay, so for the 7 swing states, Georgia, I'm just gonna get over with the Sun Belt very quickly because very simple things. Yes, no,
What-
maybe.
What is
Yes.
it? What is it with Trump always like being like free endorsements for everybody? Like, why is he like so liberal with how many endorsements he gives?
I
He
can't
should
know
be- He's like,
Honestly-
I will give my endorsement to literally anybody, even if they're a piece of crap like Roger Wicker. He still gets my endorsement.
Yeah. All right.
Honestly,
So does anybody
I'm gonna
disagree
go
with my Sun Belt?
RCP. If Trump wins,
I'd
the
probably
popular
drop
vote-
Arizona to tilt, but I
I-
agree with most of it.
Okay. All right. The Rust Belt, tilt.
Yeah, I've seen the map, bro.
Honestly, I
Prize
would
in the
have
bag.
Michigan as lean.
Okay.
I would have
Thank you.
Michigan
What?
like
EDP
over
445.
1%.
I've updated this. That's what I'm saying. I updated one thing.
I
Let's get to Florida.
protest Free Diddy outside of the White House.
I
Good
think-
Sparrow. Free Diddy. Okay, Hawkeye.
Why is
All right, we're watching this. This came out an hour ago. We're gonna watch this. I haven't
What
even
is
seen
it?
this. I haven't even seen this video yet, but I want to watch it. So
oh
If I
wait
see a liberal, yeah.
no, he's actually really unbiased. He's not liberal at all.
I bet he predicts a narrow Harris win.
Mr. CNN. Bro, stop coughing, bro. You've coughed like 10,000 times in the stream, bro.
Yeah, I'll just mute myself while we watch this.
No, you don't have to mute. I want to hear your feedback, but just hold in your coughs. Actually, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
I bet he's gonna predict it for Harris.
Oh my word! It's 2.2 for Trump in Florida.
Yes, sir. But it's
Let's
like
not skip.
not even half the votes counted though.
Yeah, Florida's going to be one of those states that Trump takes power out for
This
man
is-
milk.
Stop pausing.
Chapman.
And Chapman's voting for Kamala Harris. LOL.
No, I just said Chapman because it said New Jersey.
Oh my word! Man Milk just said "Hey Chuds" in the chat.
It's totally not. He's totally not related to Jimmy Thompson.
Ah!
Oh no, Harris gonna.
I think it's
gonna-
hilarious how every time Dems put up a woman, it's always one of the most unlikable women of all time.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
Like if Harris actually does lose, it will be so pathetic that Dems have twice failed to get their first women president ever because they put up two nasty people.
They should
Yeah.
have put up Michelle Obama.
you mean Michael?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Michael would have been way more inspiring.
And
Oh,
yet he still would have lost.
No, I think.
No, he would have easily beat Trump.
Nope, I disagree.
I mean, the nostalgia for Obamas are high.
Yet people don't like him.
Yes, they do more than Trump. They do.
No, there's some stuff will
Maybe
come out. I
it
bet
would
you.
have been close though, because once they get into more politics, they would become so unpopular.
What is the deal with this guy having? Come on, 81, 19. The remaining 19% has to be so heavily Trump. It's over 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Florida's not going to be under 10 at this point. I don't know what people think.
Yeah,
Florida's
the
not
early voting is great, and the election day vote in Florida is
11.
even better.
It's 11.
This is-
It's Aura plus 11 right
this
now
is-
in
this
early
is-
voting.
This is why Trump is like going to be pretty competitive with the popular vote, is because he's winning Florida by 10, and he's making New York like 13 or something.
Yeah.
I
have
feel
New
like
York
this
at
guy's about
14.
to predict a landslide for Harris. Let's go.
I think Florida's going to get called at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, they count their votes too fast, and Marco Rubio.
Georgia's going to
got
get called at like 11. I have a feeling Georgia's going to get called early.
They actually might, because they're doing better with their vote counting, I think.
Bro, my parents took like 40 people to vote yesterday
Nice.
in Georgia. It was like everybody, like they stormed the whole entire voting center.
Oh my word, Trump actually had New Hampshire. Holy crap. No, Trump's losing Pennsylvania in a landslide. Oh my gosh.
Bro, it's just Philadelphia. Chill.
No, I know, I'm joking.
I'm pretty sure that's Pittsburgh.
I'm making fun of myself in 2020 when I was an
No,
idiot.
bro.
because-
No. I'm just waiting for Steven to like doom so hard because like the big cities get counted first. It's gonna be glorious.
Oh my god, guys, 340 for Harris. Florida, yeah, wait, it depends. Please say
Oh
R
my
plus
word.
9 at least. Say R plus 9 at
Please.
least. Oh my god, R plus. Oh,
You have got to be kidding me.
no.
I'm
This is
back.
not-
No. No. Oh, no. No, I'm sorry, no.
Miami-Dade is flipping.
Wait, why is
for Trump.
Pinellas? Why the fuck's Pinellas blue? What the hell?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Seminole's flipping, Miami-Dade's flipping, Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Duval is flipping. I don't care.
Okay, just let it play
Y'all
on.
are conspiracy whack jobs. Obama is the real transgender.
Yes, sir.
Boom, 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 boom. Guys, what if all the Republican early voting over performance is because there was a massive surge in Republicans realizing, oh my gosh, I hate Donald Trump. He's a massive threat to democracy. I need to vote. I need to vote early for Kamala so I can destroy their chances of winning. Oh my gosh, and that's what it turns out to be. That would be hilarious. Actually, no, it wouldn't
Switzerland.
be. Because
Then
then he'd lose.
I'm getting plane tickets to Switzerland within the next 30 days.
Okay.
Switzerland would be a great place to live.
Yeah.
Florida is probably gonna be safer.
Eric Hovid.
Wyoming.
Oh my word, they just got rid of us. Holy crap.
Yes.
Oh my
Wyoming.
word.
If I see Harris ahead in Texas, crash out a moment. Crash out.
Well, she's gonna start off as a lead because they count. The
Yeah, I
states.
know. No, I know. I'm just saying, if she leads by like 60%, crash out.
What does crash out mean? I can't wait for the final Seltzer poll. The last one is terrible.
Okay, bro. In all honesty, though, can you guys believe we're this close to the election? Like, actually.
Yeah, it's because I voted. I got like 40 people to vote.
I'm getting really excited.
And
Yes,
nervous.
Who's excited to wake up and stay up until 5 a.m. trying to figure out
I'm
who's
gonna
gonna
stay up
win?
all night, bro.
Yeah, no. I already discussed with my parents. I have to go to school the next day, but I'm staying up the full night.
Oh, I get to take off school the next day. My parents are letting me.
Ooh.
What? Wait,
Georgia.
what's with Man Milk saying he's been drunk this entire time? There's no way that's true.
If he is, then we're cooked.
Yes, sir.
Remember the last time?
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
Bro, that was so good.
Why is he always calling people chuds all the time? I don't even know what that means.
Georgia's 16 electoral vote.
Hey, swing state of Utah. I'm kidding. But
Queen
Trump's
State of
gonna-
Utah.
Yeah.
Tester is done.
2020 moment.
I love guys. What is Tester gonna call himself once Tester is done? Like, what's gonna
Harris
be his
is-
new name?
Wait, no.
Youngkin.
He should
Youngkin
change
is done.
He should do Tester was done. Like he'll say like Tester was done. Like that should be his new name. So like
Yeah, but he needs to pick on a new like Dem politician who he wants badly to lose.
Let's see here.
Ossoff is done. Ossoff is done.
Yeah.
Peters is done.
Or no, someone maybe like Kelly is done, like referencing Laura Kelly, because she'll be. I know she's term limited, but like she'll be out of office soon at least. But I don't know.
I'll run.
Oh my word! Trump takes the lead in Texas.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry, but no.
Bro, it's only 68%. This is what it was looking like in 2020.
Oh my gosh, guys! Virginia.
Bro, Virginia's at like 8.
Oh my word, Pennsylvania, we're losing. Oh my gosh, it's over.
Hey, but we're winning Wisconsin.
Yeah, no, it's not. I know it's early vote, but like it's not happening.
I can't. I wonder what the final Seltzer poll is gonna look like.
Guys,
They're gonna
I'm
look
actually
like
so
chuds.
excited for election night. There's going to be so many races to watch. I have a whole spreadsheet of all the races that all the key races to watch at every single poll.
Can you? Do you mind if sharing that with me?
Yeah, I could.
All right, because mind you, I'm gonna be in and out of my stream, so I need somebody to take over if they're willing. like during that time to still because Tester. I don't know what Tester's doing. He said he was partnering with me, and then he said he won't. I don't know where we're standing right now, but I need somebody to take over. So whoever wants to, I would love for
I
that
know
to
it's
happen.
not all the votes counted, but what do you guys think of this margin? I don't agree with it, but
It's interesting.
I think that's reasonable, but I think it might be a little bit more.
Yeah. But yeah, that's not bad.
Mahoning County.
Voting history.
Why? I think you would. I think you would.
What? Oh no! No, crash out!
No. Okay.
No!
That's Harris by 11 at the end. Oh, come on. This guy auto predicted Harris win.
I'm sorry. Based on the early vote, it's gonna be like
Five.
At least it's gonna be at least 7. Like Trump is not losing it by any more than 7.
All right, please do not be R+4. Please.
He is not.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
No, that's
Wait a minute,
awful. He has that shift into the left from 2020. Holy crap. That's
Okay, no,
so
that's the
stupid.
border. No, I'm sorry, but the border's going to be way more Republican than that.
Yeah, the Rio Grande's gonna be redder than that. I agree.
What the heck is this guy doing? How is Texas shifting to the left? Harris has no Latino appeal, and she's more unpopular.
I'm telling you, he's gonna predict her at like 319 or something.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know
How is
liberal when I
Iowa
see
not
one.
called?
I don't know.
Here
Okay,
we go.
projections. He's gonna. Oh,
Why is it
no.
that close?
I told you. Okay. Oh my God, this guy's retarded. Honestly, already.
I didn't know we had so many like.
Oh
Sammys.
no,
I
guys,
don't
it's
know.
over in Arizona.
Honestly, if Harris okay. Ooh.
Okay. Okay, no. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But no.
Oh, it's early. Okay. Oh my. Well, there's no way he's gonna predict that Trump wins.
At least one of the swing states are gonna get called at like
Maybe the next one.
by 11. Okay. No way I was gonna call him midnight. There's no way.
Yeah.
I was gonna get called at like 9:30.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
That's not
Yeah, I
bad.
agree. It's
Yeah,
the
that's okay. That's okay.
That's not horrible.
I agree with my county flipping.
It's gonna be okay. Just give me
North
26
Carolina gets called at like 11. Same with Georgia.
Ram.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, he wins it by more than a point then in the final.
Arizona is gonna be like 3 for Harris at that point. Not that.
Yeah, but sometimes they're idiots when showing margins before they're projected.
D+9. No.
okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna be so excited on election night. Like, I'm gonna be scrolling through I'm gonna be going like, ooh, what's happening with Marcy Captor? Ooh, what's happening with Bernie Moreno? And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking at mostly like the Senate and the president. I'm not gonna even pay that much attention
and I'm
to the
gonna
House.
be going, ooh, what's happening in Virginia? How close is Trump making Virginia?
Man, look, so I know you're gonna be with Tester because I don't think I'm gonna. Okay, that's
Oh.
fine. That's fine. Okay.
Oh.
So, Sam, are you streaming?
I'm not sure if I'll be able to or not because
Okay.
I don't know.
Hawkeye,
I
are
wanted
you
to do a
streaming?
collab with
No,
Sam.
I'm watching with my friends and family, so no.
Okay. Wait.
I'll be watching CNN.
Man, look, I thought you were gonna be with Tester.
Remember when Hawkeye
Um,
said that by
Tester
2036
Wait,
she's
what?
gonna remember
Tester ran out of slots for his stream.
Okay, wait, what, Sam? What are you saying?
Remember when in 2020 you said in 2036 you're by that point I'm gonna be married and living with my family or whatever.
I did not say that. No, bro. My ass is
Wait,
not getting a wife.
Wait,
bro.
hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, Manlock, what'd you say?
Tester ran out of slots for me, so I'm falling back on my backup plan to stream with Sam. But if Sam don't want to stream, do you want the two of us to do a collab?
Sure, because I don't think Tester promised me that we were gonna do it, and then he went back on his word. So I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So the
I
three of
don't
us
know
could do a collab,
Sure.
unless Sam don't
Sam,
want
up to you. Sam, it's up to you.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't have class. See, it's gonna be Tuesday evening.
Trump
And,
claims victory despite
Wednesday
several states still to be
and
called.
Wednesday Wednesday I don't have classes until 1 in the afternoon. So it's not like I'm killing myself by staying up a little bit late on Tuesday night. So I maybe
Okay.
could stream.
Okay, so we'll do a collab with 3 of us. Okay.
Yay!
Trump
Epic.
claims victory. I do think that's probably something Trump's gonna do. He's gonna declare victory and then jinx it.
I don't think so. I don't think Trump's gonna declare victory at that point.
He might, honestly.
Alaska's next.
Oh my word, guys, it's Georgia.
Oh, honestly.
Oh my word.
Oh my word, guys, it's Wisconsin. Holy
So
crap.
how do you
we
think
might-
RBC would feel at this point if
Wisconsin.
this was actually the thing?
he would be like, wait, hold on a second. I thought Harris at this point is supposed to be leaning by like 3 or 4 in every single state because she's gonna win every one of them by lean margins, of course.
Oh wait, no, he'll be like, wait, but since Lichtman called it, I thought it was gonna be a fact that Harris would win.
But wait for it. The last few amounts of votes
Holy
that Trump
crap,
gave for-
it's Michigan.
Oh my god. But here's the thing, though. If Trump has not a big enough lead,
Oh
into the
my gosh,
90%,
guys, it's so over for Harris in Nevada. She's not even
I
gonna
know,
crack
right?
40%.
But honestly, I think if Trump doesn't lead by like at least 2% in swing state, like at 90%, I think
Just think.
Harris could win.
Just think. This is the last week before election night.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, bro.
Yes.
Yes.
Pads on the margin. Hold on.
That's
Nah.
decent. Nope, that's
Pad.
nope, that's totally believable. Honestly. That's
Okay,
that's
so he
fine.
flipped the 2 bellwether counties. That's fine.
Like,
sir.
come on, Georgia is a swing state, okay? Like, it's not like it's trending back towards the GOP now. Okay? I mean, it's going to be like 1 point for Trump.
That's
probably.
interesting. That's an interesting take in Minnesota. That's fine. 6.2.
I mean, it's still a
6.2.
decrease from
Well,
Biden
also, it's
margin.
only 88%. It actually could be more like 5%
Yep.
maybe when they finished counting.
That's actually fine. Out of yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Alaska, they always disappoint, but oh my god, this looked more like 2016 than 2020.
Oh my word. Oh my word, guys, it's happening.
Sam, remember this? A second Biden term. It's happening.
Wait. I don't think I remember that.
No, remember
Wait,
when I
guys,
was
remember
doing
that?
back when Biden was still in the race and like I was doing the state calls and I was making you like mock RBC and then like after the West Coast gets called, Biden takes the lead. You were like a second Biden term. It's happening. Like,
Oh
you were
yeah,
referencing- yeah.
Wait, guys, remember? So hold on. So wait,
What?
wait, hold on.
What?
I have to rethink of what I was gonna say. Shoot.
Oh.
Why is he doing this to me?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Trump is probably gonna win like that. Uh-oh. No, no, no.
That's okay. That's dumb. Why is this guy being so unrealistic? He's like, okay, within 10%, Trump can magically close the gap from like 6 points to only like 1 point. Like, that's not how it works.
That's fine.
Oh, but Trump gets Wisconsin.
Bruh.
Okay, margins are a little unrealistic, if I'm honest.
Honestly, it's realistic for me.
1.8 is a little bit much.
Yep.
I mean, it's fine. It's fair.
Like he flipped Saginaw, which is interesting.
But
I
yeah,
love
Trump winning.
Wisconsin.
I think this guy's just trying to play it safe. That's why he doesn't have Florida as above 10 or whatever. Oh,
Wisconsin's
by the way,
fine.
I think Hovde actually might win, even if it's just Trump
Portage
plus
not flipping is
0.5.
interesting though.
Whoever wins Arizona or Pennsylvania will be the next president of the United States. Oh no. So it's gonna come down to Arizona.
Nah, I'm telling you, this is not. See,
Yeah.
he's gonna have Trump winning Arizona. It's over.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Anything could still happen.
Why
Let's
does
wait.
he think Nevada magically narrows up with like barely any new votes counted? Like, I'm sorry. Why is this guy so bad with numbers?
Whoever wins the next swing state will become the next president of the United.
Why do you keep saying that like you're like a political commentator?
Oh.
What the heck?
Yes.
Why? What is wrong? What? Oh,
No.
No, that's
my,
voter fraud. That's voter fraud.
oh my word, guys. Harris.
No, okay, I'm sorry, but if Trump flips Erie and North, no, he wins the state. There's no way.
He's gonna improve in Philly if he improves in the Big Apple.
It doesn't matter. He's still gonna have Trump winning because he's gonna have Trump flipping Arizona.
And the next president will be.
Yep, I knew it.
Honestly, I take that map any day. It's
I'm
better.
sorry, but Pennsylvania is unrealistic.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
yeah, no.
Arizona being like tilt is probably reasonable, but like I don't get why he thinks Pennsylvania is for Harris. I'm still confused
Maybe it's
by
because
that.
I think
Yeah,
those are just too
same with Michigan, to
overconfident
be
in that
honest.
Okay.
Why is Nevada? Okay, I guess Nevada for Harris makes sense, but like still, that's dumb.
It's not a lean margin yet. It's not lean.
Hey guys, I want to wrap it up soon.
Yeah, I want to as well.
All right, just wait. It's almost over.
Honestly, I think Trump might pull it off, but it's gonna be a dirty win.
That's too close. Like, come on. If Trump's winning Wisconsin, he should be winning Pennsylvania here.
Just be grateful.
Yeah.
U.S. popular vote. Oh my God, it's 2. Bro, that's not even that land. No, I'm sorry.
I don't want Harris to get a majority of the popular vote, though, because then that means a majority of Americans voted for Harris, but
Bro.
somehow...
Oh my God, no way you're that desperate where like a narrow Trump win is not enough for you. Like, sure. it'd
No,
be nice
no,
to-
It really isn't.
I would be grateful if Trump win.
Yeah, just
it
be
is-
grateful. Like people
No,
like you are the reason why we lose all the time because you're so fucking ungrateful with everything.
What? No. I'm grateful for things.
I just want a party that can win.
I want Trump winning is good enough, but it's like if Harris is getting like a majority of the popular vote, that kind of bothers me just a little bit.
Okay, but like even if he wins 270, 268, I'm gonna be really happy. Like I really am not gonna care. I just want him to win. I don't even care what the map looks like.
I think
Okay, everyone. We are going to be closing out the stream, so please say your final words before I end this.
Comedy.
Well, I think that
Toilet
Trump is
Ohio
winning.
Yarriz.
I think Trump is winning because he's running on trade and immigration.
No,
Trump
no,
2024.
Fuck you.
All
This
right,
is
bye.
gonna be such a
Okay.
nail biter. Goodbye.
Thank you all for watching Cobcast. I've been Cobson, signing off.